Hey guys, so I don't know when this is gonna go up, or if it's gonna go up. I'm just kind of experimenting with stuff here, putting this out there because why not? One of the big reasons why I haven't done Pokemon stuff, even though I said I was probably going to, was the fact that this came out and I was able to get it. You know, this is Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate, of course. I was kind of big into Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate on the Wii U last summer, and it turns out being on the 3DS is not that bad, and I can still play it. It's not as good. I don't like the way the camera is set up, but the actual game itself is a lot better, so it kind of balances out a fair bit. So I've just been doing all the village stuff in the or caravan stuff, I guess, all the offline questing. I've barely gone into any of the guild quest stuff yet. I'm at just starting HR2, but I'm at rank 8 in the village, and because I need one Shocker Plus from Zinogre, and this is the only Zinogre quest I think that I have right now. I'm pretty sure of that. There's a few others I want to do as well. Like, I should really do Tigrex. The Celta's Queen one should be quite fun. That thing was quite fun to fight before. Don't want to do this one, but I need to because it's a multiplier. What's the guy called? The Wyporium, the dude, the multiplier, the merchant guy. I need to do that for him to get more stuff, which is annoying because I don't like Khezu at the best of times. But I need one more part to upgrade my Zinogre lance, so we're gonna go ahead and do a Hunt-a-thon for Zinogre. So Hunt-a-thons are actually a new type of quest for this game. I don't know. I should probably preface this with the fact that I've only played Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate before this, so if it's been one of the old style quests or one of the old like handheld ones, I do apologise. I have not played any of them, but compared to 3 Ultimate, Hunt-a-thons are a new type of quest where you must defeat at least 2 of the target monster, but you basically have 50 minutes to defeat as many of them as you can. And with it being an offline quest, it is actually not too difficult to do. The monster is still just as tough as it normally would be, but the fact of the matter is they have less health. So you know, it makes up for only having one person by the fact that they have a lot lower health for stuff that way. So you can actually kill quite a few. I did the Tetsukaba one with this lance and I actually killed like 10 of them in 50 minutes. It was kind of stupid. Can't do that with Zinogre because Zinogre's a lot stronger overall, and unfortunately I didn't get Feline Thundercaller when I was eating here, so I have a pretty nasty minus Thunder Res on this armor, but we'll be fine. So, just in case anybody's interested with the skill stuff, this is basically relatively low grade evade land set. Again, I haven't done any sort of guild quest stuff yet, so I can't get G rank materials, but the full Nagakuga set gives you a lot of evade, and I'm running tons of evade 1 gems because that's what I have access to right now. So evasion 3 and evade extender is what's there. Evasion 3 is new from 3 Ultimate, so basically with a lance I have ridiculous amounts of dodge capabilities now. I'm actually going to bring Mega Dash Juice because of that, just thinking about that just now. I like Mega Dash Juice with the lance obviously because it means I don't have to worry so much about evading everything and running out of stamina. So yeah, maybe another sort of preface this, I am not the best at this game, obviously. I am actually kind of terrible, but I can get the job done most of the time, which is fine. And starting here is actually quite fortunate because Zinogre starts in the next map along. So for anyone who hasn't actually played Monster Hunter stuff, this is obviously a big part of doing the stuff here is fighting the monsters, and Zinogre happens to be one of my favourite ones, so that's always good. Zinogre is just such a fun fight. He goes all over the place, and he's gotten a few upgrades from before. He does tend to chain his attacks a lot better than he did in 3. Because normally what he used to do is he used to just go backflip into, or his backstep thing into nothing, but now he actually goes into an attack, the same with this. He now does his standard sort of headbutt thing and does another action afterwards. Now, unfortunately I'm not the best with the controls of this stuff either. I wanted to do the forward charge there so I can mount, but unfortunately the thing is, you got to press X and A while shielding in order to do that, and for whatever reason I am not very good at doing that on the DS. Like, you got to remember, I'm playing with a regular 3DS here with no Circle Pad Pro, so the buttons are a little bit small for that, and sometimes I don't press them both at the same time, and so A gets pressed first, and that's what results in the shield, like, counter attack coming out first, but it doesn't tend to affect me too much. So yeah, normally that would smash me in the face, but because I have evasion, it's kind of great. Change the angle on that a bit, and the one big thing Zinogre kind of does is charges up power, and if he can charge up twice, he gets a fair bit stronger. Obviously then if he goes into rage mode, then he'll get even stronger still, but we should hopefully show a decent bit of what he does in this mode. Maybe not just now if I can help it though. Flash bomb him to stun to stop him from actually getting that attack off. So there's no health bar for the monsters in Monster Hunter. You've got to go on your on like the audio tells, or not the audio, just the general tells of the monster behavior. You need to pay a good amount of attention for that, so you can see, you know, that they're getting hurt, and you can damage parts off them. You can actually break stuff. Like a lot of monsters, you can cut the tails of them as well, which is always good. I think he's actually going to get the charge this time, so now he's at full power, which is a little bit scarier. And he likes to do this. I can actually shield that if I want to, but shielding costs stamina, the same as backstepping, and some attacks will do chip damage from that, so I'd rather not risk it. Might have to here though, yeah. Just in case. If you're blocking, of course, with the lance, then you don't get to do stuff with that. And then actually there's you know, what he did with that there. You can see the electric effects coming off his stuff. That's actually new to high rank. The low rank Zinogre, even in this game, didn't actually do any do that electric stuff. It just generates an additional sort of shockwave effect to the attack, I guess. Which is, it's pretty neat in its own right, but I suppose it will do more damage as well, especially to me because I'm kind of electric weak. And yeah, monsters can break some parts of the terrain as well, which is always fun to see, and there's some damage. We'll just block that away. I do want to get the tail off if I can, because I do get an extra carve off of that. So the lance is something I picked up in this game because of the whole jump attack aspect. I think he was going to roar there, so I probably stopped and go in rage state. Alright, my weapon's getting pretty low down in sharpness now. Every attack you do will reduce the sharpness of your weapon, so I kind of need to get that sharpened. Hope he doesn't actually kill me in the process, but I think I'm safe from here. Yeah, just. Okay, that's good. Fortunately, I can't say the same about my Palicos. Palicos replace the Chakalakas from the previous game. They're basically offline minions for it. They're a lot more customizable than they used to be, though, which is good. Like, I have mine set up for healing style right now. Oh god, gotta get out of the way of that. Back up. The nice thing with the evade lance setup with evasion +3 is I am fully invincible whilst backstepping through stuff, which means I don't take damage from stuff like that, which hurts a lot. I've been carted a couple of times from that. Hey, that's quite nice. I getting the stun off of that. And monsters, after a set amount of time, will go to new to other maps and whatnot. That's just how they roll, you know. They will do a fair bit of damage to you, and then that's kind of it. For my Palicos, actually, I probably should have said as well, I have a full healing setup for mine, so if my Palicos take too much damage, then they will drop a health item for me and start recovering, which is good. So with enough damage done to the Zinogre, we did knock out his charge, so he'll have to fully recharge again before his attacks are at proper strength. And jump attacks are how you do this new mounting thing, which I have completely screwed up here, but maybe we can still salvage this. Depends if he gives me a nice tan for it, which I think he will. So it's almost a Shadows of the Colossus style thing, I suppose, where you land, you know, go on top of the monster, you try and smack them enough in order to knock them down, and it's an extended knockdown compared to a regular knockdown as well. So you do actually get more. You do get more time to hit them whilst they're down. Oh, probably shouldn't have been putting my weapon away there. I suppose that's the big draw with the Monster Hunters in general, is that they every movement is very deliberate, so you have to kind of plan it out and make sure that you're not overextending at any point, which is something I'm not particularly great at, if I'm being honest, but everything basically has a consequence to it that way, and I'm just gonna use a potion whilst I'm here to make sure that I don't die. Yeah, so every action takes a time, you know, there's a recovery period to it, that's what I'm trying to say, and yeah, you've got to be careful that you don't end up losing to the monsters because you keep getting hit during the recovery period. If I didn't have evasion, I would have been screwed there, let me tell you. So this Zinogre's looking fairly well beat. I think we're probably going to get it down soon. It's... yeah, there we go. Taking it out completely. So that's the first one I need to beat. And I need a Shocker Plus from the quest in order to finish my weapon. So I guess I will be hunting them until I get that, which is right now. Okay, so in order to finish the quest, I do need to hunt another one. But given that I have all of the stuff I need now, I will just end the quest after I am done, and we'll make the video, I suppose. We'll make the weapon, and then that'll be that. So your stamina goes down after, you know, set periods of time, so I'm just gonna have a well done steak. I've got my shortcut set up down below. Just recover myself in time for the next one. Monsters take roughly 1 minute to despawn. I suppose what I should really do in the meantime is I should, we've got a tiny bit of time, I should probably mine a little bit. Although I should maybe actually sharpen my weapon for the next one first. And it looks like the next one is coming down. They will always spawn in the same map, so he is in this map. We just need to find where. They're usually on the other side of this wall. Yeah, you could see him now. So I just need to go around. Maybe I could start this with a jump attack. That'd be pretty cool. Banzai! Nope, completely whiffed it. So most weapons, there are two weapons that actually have their own sort of inbuilt jump attacks. The lance has one, as we've seen before. I guess I didn't hit the right part of the monster for that there, but there we go. Hitting the face lets me get on top, so I can do this attack. So the monster will try and shake you off, and you have to hold the R button down to hold on to the monster whilst that is happening. And if you don't, then the thing obviously goes up very, very quickly. But if you do, it's continuously draining stamina whilst you're holding on to the monster with the R button. So you've got to time yourself so that you've got to have enough stamina basically to stay on the monster. Otherwise, you're gonna get knocked off. And you don't want to get knocked off, because that just means, you know, it's like everything else in this game, monsters do have a resistance to mounting, which gets stronger as you do so. But jump attacks are pretty good for stunning monsters too, I found. So I still like to do them a fair bit anyway when I'm lancing now, because I do tend to get a lot of stun off of that. For most weapons, I think, except maybe the sword and shield, you don't have as much speed in moving with the weapon out, because you can't dash whilst you've got it out. You can evade, but it's usually not as fast as running with the weapon sheathed. So you'll tend to want to do that. And you see me actually just bouncing off of the tail there. Monsters do have resistance to weapons as well, and at certain sharpness levels, which is indicated by the blade at the top left of the screen, you will actually get your attacks deflected off of certain monster parts. So my spear is at green sharpness right now, and the tip of the tail on Zinogre, unfortunately, is actually completely immune to it's not immune to damage. You still actually do damage to the monster, but you kinda can't keep attacking like that. There's a skill called fencing which does let you do, and which does let you keep attacking for it, and certain weapons have attacks that let you continue through that. Oh, I got knocked into the next area. Oops. I'm gonna take this time just potion up whilst I'm here, because the monster doesn't instantly go to the new area. Sometimes they will chase you, but oh, it looks like he charged himself in the meantime. So Zinogre can charge himself off when you're off screen. That's kind of bad, especially because he just roared as well. So now we're going to see the full strength of Zinogre. When monsters enter a rage state, they get a lot stronger, usually a lot faster as well. So you'll see attacks do like 30, 40, even 50% more damage in some cases. And they also tend to get a lot faster as well, so yeah, he's going to be a fair bit more powerful until we knock out that thing there. I kind of want to get my Mega Dash Juice going now, so my stamina doesn't deplete anymore. Because obviously stamina is used for all of my dodging, so if I can remove that limitation, then I can significantly increase my my survivability here. Considering I can backstep through everything because I have evasion +3 up. Pretty much all of my sets will always want to run evasion because it is just that powerful for me. Even when I'm gunning, I like to have evasion because just the fact of if a monster does come towards me, then I can actually get away from it then. Oh! Ouch! Oh god, that is probably one of the strongest attacks to get hit by there. You do not want to get hit by stuff like that. So yeah, I guess another thing when actual, like, talking about damage, this game lets you recover health over time if you don't get hit again. So I guess it's kind of like I think certain fighting games do it as well, where they have a red bar. Although it's not usually for for like not taking damage over time, I guess. It's more for activating specials and stuff. But if you do take damage, then half the damage that you take will basically come back as... I need to sharpen again. Half the damage that you take will be a red bar, and that will slowly recover over time. And if you don't get hit, then it will gradually recover. But if you do get hit, then you lose all of that health per se, so you lose the opportunity to recover. Let's get mounted again here, see if we can actually get this. Zinogre's kinda tricky to get mount attacks off on sometimes, because if he chains his you know, throw you off the bat move, that one, then it can be difficult to actually stay on his back, because the problem is he doesn't give warning for that. Most monsters will actually have a little bit of a cutscene-ish bit before that, like the camera will change, and Zinogre kinda doesn't. He's gonna run away. So we're basically done with this. You can see the monsters limping away, so they are at pretty low health at this point. However, this quest has a sub-quest to kill 5 Ire Prey, which are these things over here. So if we kill 5 of these, then we shall get some extra rewards from the quest. So we're just going to quickly do that. The monster's not going anywhere. It's it'll probably stick with being in the next map, and that's fine. So we'll just quickly nix 5 of these just to get some extra money and caravan points, for just get some extra resources basically. They're kind of annoying to kill with a weapon like the lance, because they're a little bit more resistant to stuff now. You see, they're taking a lot more hits than they should be to kill, to be completely honest with you. At least I think they shouldn't be taking this many hits, but what do I know, right? The lance is not the strongest of weapons, but obviously you've got a shield to block a lot of damage. Some attacks are not possible to block with it, but you can upgrade your I think it's called Guard Up is the skill that lets you block more hits. I'm pretty sure it's Guard Up, and then Guard is like cut stamina depletion for this. I don't remember. There's Guard and Guard Up, and I don't remember what each of them does. But are there any more of you guys around here? Yeah, I can hear you coming out of the woodworks. There we go. Right, so if we just kill these 2, we'll get the sub-quest done. Zinogre may have moved to map 7, which is where he'd go to sleep. Monsters do actually get like physically tired as well as low on health, and some monsters will go hunt food and recover stamina. Dang it. Okay, that's a nice thing about having a poison, about having a healing palico set up actually, is that antidote horn is something that they quite often use, and that's good for me. So killing the small guys is obviously not as interesting as killing the large monsters, but it does let you do stuff. If you do finish a subquest, then you can end the main quest by just, you know, finishing that. You don't get the same rewards, but you do get to finish a quest that you would otherwise be failing potentially, so there is that. If you die 3 times during a quest, then you will fail it. This isn't 3 times per person, this is 3 times in total. So, but this monster is now sleeping, so I'm gonna capture it, I think, just to demonstrate the difference here. So lay a shock trap or a pitfall trap, and if the monster is weak enough, then you can capture it by throwing track bombs at it. And that counts for killing or capture quests. Both will let you do that, so that is great. And yeah, that is another way of getting different rewards, because monsters will give you different stuff if you kill them or capture them. For example, with the Raytheon and Rathalos species, if you kill them, then you'll get one set of awards, but you won't usually be able to get the plate from them, right? Or the rare drop, the plate or the mantle at higher ranks. Rathalos mantles are really annoying to get as a result of that, because you've got to cut the tail and carve it that way, or you can, I think, get it at a very low chance for wounding the head, but it's not particularly great. But if you capture it, then you have a higher chance of getting that. So at the start of this quest, the only things that would have been here would be this top set here. The map, the torch, and I think the Farcaster, because it's a Hunt-a-thon. Usually you won't have a Farcaster, but it lets you go back to base camp instantly. Probably could have brought one with me, but whatever. Once you've cleared the right conditions, which, say for a harvest tour, it would just be 2 minutes passing, or in this case for the Hunt-a-thon, it's kill 2 monsters. The Paw Pass ticket appears, so that's how you end the quest. Usually it's just kill the monster or capture the monster to end the quest. After a certain amount of time, I think it's maybe 15 minutes or so for these quests, extra supplies will appear here. So with this being a supply item, I can't take it back with me, so there's no point in getting it. But you get, when you play low rank, you get these. So you get some basic health items, recover stamina, because that depletes over time. You can't get that back except by item. So whereas if you want extra health, you can actually sleep in the bed at base camp. So there is that. Mini whetstone, because the sharpness, I kind of touched on it earlier, but sharpness basically reduces the as you deal damage with your weapon, and if your weapon is not sharp enough, then you bounce off the monsters, as well as doing a lot less damage per sharpness level. So every sharpness level is pretty important. You want to stay at least green sharpness most of the time. So there's that. Paintballs for tracking. I'm just going over stuff in case I know there's a few people that have watched my stuff that have never played Monster Hunters, so I may as well just go over some basic stuff. There's bowgun ammo, which I'm not using a bowgun, so there's no point taking. These items, if I took them, I could actually keep them, but I don't have space for them. Do have space for nullberries though, so I will take those. And then because I cleared the subquest, I get an extra set of supplies, which has a stronger set of medkits, which you can make, but you don't normally want to. More rations, and then here it actually has 3 shots, which I will take and put in the pouch just because I can. Because Zinogre is weak against ice, so if you've got an ice weapon, then you can use it, and that'd be great. But since I don't have an ice I have an ice longsword, but it's not that great right now. So, and the lance is more fun with my setup anyway. So, yeah, I played longsword exclusively until like post G rank in 3 Ultimate. I say post G rank because it's like I cleared HR 7 and got into the, you know, no limit to your rank stuff, and then I ended up doing gunning for something different. So I played longsword exclusively until then because that was what I found fun. And now with the changes and new attacks and stuff in this game, I'm playing lance because evade lancing is awesome. I've got to say, having evasion up so high and just the maneuverability is great, so I really like that. So you obviously get rewards when you clear the quest, and then if you've wounded monsters, like breaking parts off them, like sort of breaking the claws or breaking the horns, you get extra stuff, so that's always good. And then there's rewards for clearing the subquest, which was defeating the Eye of Preyers. The fangs are actually good for making poison shots, I think. I think that's what they're for, is for making poison level 2. I'd need to take a look because it's a bit different from what it used to be. And then your palicos can actually pick up items as well, so apparently my main palico must have picked up Dragon Toadstool at some point during all of that mess. Don't know where he'd have got that from, but oh well. And then we got a talisman for mining, so let's just see. It is pretty bad, but I'll take it anyway because I don't need to care right now. And then you got the reward screen. Obviously, you get your feedback. I don't know why it's ×2. I mean, my guess is because of having the Ace Palico as well. For some reason, your Sub Palico doesn't count. That's why it confuses me a bit. But you have to pay to start the quest, and then if you beat the quest, you get that money back. So there's that, and then you get an extra little reward for beating the sub quest. And the caravan points are used for specific stuff like the Viporium for multiplying items, basically trading stuff. And that's a separate currency type, so you get some of those for doing the subquest or delivering account items, which I guess I didn't mention as well. Account items like the Wyvern tier here are basically items that you don't get to keep beyond the quest, but give you some extra money or resources if you deliver them. So yeah. Then the Palicos have leveled up because that's what they do, I guess. I don't know. Palicos are fun. I like the Palicos. So yeah, I guess the only other thing is, well, I did the quest to upgrade my my lance, so let's go ahead and upgrade the lance, and we shall end it at that. I'm not really gonna go too much into the weapon stuff here. I could maybe do that at a later time if people would want, but basically if you want to upgrade something, you need the money and you need the materials. That's pretty much, like, that's obvious really, right? But yeah, so a lot of this stuff I can't upgrade because it goes into high rank stuff, high rank / G rank stuff that I have yet to encounter. So there is that. Like, I need Black Gravios for this, which I have not fought yet, so hooray for that. But yes, I wanted to upgrade this because it looks freaking sweet, and it's a lightning lance, which is nice for tackling the Raytheon species. So yeah, it's gets upgraded, gets some blue sharpness, which is always nice, and yeah, sure, we'll equip it. Why not? So that's a very general look into Monster Hunter, I guess. Fighting pretty much my favourite remaining monster so far, because Nargacuga's not in this game. Rip Nargacuga. I have his armor because I traded Zinogre parts for it, so that's one thing you can do in this game, is trade monster parts for stuff that doesn't exist in this game. So hooray for that, because I like Narga armor, but unfortunately he's not in the game. But Zinogre's pretty fun too, so yeah, a bit of an extended thing, I suppose, but it's a relatively good show of the game, and maybe I'll do some more of these because it's fun. Why not? I don't know. Yeah, let me know what you think, I guess, and we shall talk to you guys later. And by we I mean me, of course, because it's only one of us. Sorry, Cat, you don't get to say goodbye.